Right, are you ready, yeah?
I'm not ready, man. Don't ask me, just do it.
Ready, yeah, there we go.
That's my hair, man.
Right guys, welcome to the new Regal Gentleman Studios. Today we've got Saad in the chair. How are you doing?
I'm not.
You good?
Not too bad.
Good, good man, good, good.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan today? What are we doing?
Just cutting it off.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah?
Yeah, I've had it for quite a long time now.
Okay, no worries.
Since school.
Since school? Wow, okay. So what are you thinking of going for then?
I don't know. I've had long hair since I was in my teens.
Okay.
So I don't really know. Because my face has changed a lot as well now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
My face is longer now. So I don't know what's going to suit, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So I was sort of just hoping that you would give me some.
I mean, we just have to have a bit of a longer consultation, really, to find out exactly what it is you want.
Yeah.
Check your face shape out, check out what your lifestyle's like,
Yeah.
and how much effort you are willing to put into it. Because you've got long hair now, it's probably quite low maintenance, I would imagine, at this length, if you've had it for so long.
Yeah. To be honest, it's a hassle.
It's a hassle?
It's a hassle
okay.
now, because it's always been a hassle, but I've enjoyed keeping it more than it was a hassle.
Right. Okay,
But now it's more of a hassle than I enjoy it.
And you enjoy it. Okay.
It's just outweighed it now, so I think it's time to cut it off.
Okay, man. Okay. So would this be something? Would you like to cut it like short, or would you prefer to go for more like maybe like a shoulder length, medium length? I mean, what has been your sort of, when you've been thinking about cutting it off, what's been sort of going through your head? What will you imagine you waking up with the next day and kind of styling it, or what's been going through your head?
Something that's masculine. I don't want it to sort of, like, I don't want a skin fade or anything like that.
Yeah.
I want it to be natural. But if you were to ask me what type of style, honestly, this might make it difficult for you, but I don't. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to be able to tie it up.
Okay, you don't want to be able to.
Because that would still be quite long for me.
It's good to know.
I want it short enough, but not too short.
Okay. So if we don't tie it up, that's a good indication of how short you want to go.
Yeah.
So if you can't tie it up, that means it's going to be like more of a medium length. How would you feel about styling your hair in the mornings? I mean, obviously you've probably never really styled it, have you? You know, how would you be? Have you got time in the mornings? First of all, have you got time to?
Sometimes.
Because the thing is, when you talk about masculine shapes, it's usually about how the hair is cut more than the style as well, but a lot of it is how it's cut. And I was always taught masculine shapes to cut hair, and that's why I tend to cut square. That's classed as a masculine shape. That's what I was always taught, you know, back in the day. But we sort of need to uncover what you'd be willing to do with your hair. So would you be willing to wear product in your hair?
Product?
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
You know what? Something that's low maintenance is what I'm going for.
Low maintenance. Okay.
Should I show you what type of cut I used to have before?
Not really. The only reason I say that is because you probably don't look at anything like
I
what
don't
you used
look
to
like
have.
it now.
So
I'll show you.
You can still show me anyway.
I'll show you anyway. But this is what I used to get before.
Okay.
Right.
When was that?
And this was about 5 years ago.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Would that be too short for you to go back to?
I keep saying I don't know. It's making it hard for you, but I genuinely don't know.
Okay. Because I can't make that decision for you, unfortunately. I can only give you advice. I can tell you what would work for you, but to be honest, at your length now, it's a bit of an open book.
Yeah,
so a lot of things.
Realistically, I could go for anything, but okay, medium length. How much would medium length be?
I'd say it's kind of when it just sits just kind of over the ears on the collar. That's probably what I'd suggest is like a medium length. So guys, the card ran out of memory, so we had to free up some space. So within that time of Liam freeing up the space on the card, I gave Saad some homework, and I got him onto Pinterest, and I said, right, it took I think it was about 5 minutes or so on it, you know. Get some photographs up, because if you have no idea, it's very hard for me to decide on an image, because I don't know what you want to do, how much time you got. But if you've got an image, it's much easier to go through. So
sure.
What did you save? I haven't seen these yet, so
I've only saved about 2, 3.
Okay, that's fine.
This is a rough idea.
Oh, that's a medium length, yeah. Cool.
That's medium length.
That's medium length, yeah.
But the thing is, I'm noticing his hairline is different to mine. His forehead's much smaller than mine as well. So it's got a sort of I don't know if it suits my face structure, something like this, but that's just completely different to what I just showed you. Yeah. And that's faded as well. Let's just forget about that one.
Okay.
Something like this maybe.
Okay.
You know, his forehead's quite smaller than mine as well. The thing is, it's just got to complement my face.
Of course,
shape.
of course it will, And
this length, I don't mind. This length is quite nice.
To be honest, man, I think with what you're looking for.
I mean, okay, I'll give you the idea of the length. This length or a bit shorter than that. Would be nice.
Sure.
Right.
To be honest, that was in my mind of something that I would probably have suggested to you anyway. So along the lines of that anyway. I think going from something like what you got now, I think that's a really good sort of option. Yeah, without a doubt, because you've already got it in a parting anyway, and that's a bit loosely. It's probably a bit more of a loose parting, but you've been used to tucking behind your ears and stuff. That's going to still go behind the ears, but it's going to be a lot shorter on the ears, so it's going to be easier to manage, a lot easier to manage on the neck. And the top, again, if you just put a little bit of cream in if you needed to, it would just keep it back.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure?
Let's do it.
All right, cool, man. Let's do it then. So, right. Right, are you ready, yeah?
I'm not ready, man. Don't ask me, just do it.
All right, I'm going to ask me to do it. Head down for me. Right, that's enough. Ready, yeah, there we go. These scissors haven't half had some work done, I'll tell you. There we go.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, man.
That's my hair, man. Yeah.
This is going to look so good, man. What a transformation this is going to be. I feel like haircuts like this are sometimes more transformative than skin fades. Or like doing like a shaved head or something, because that's just like kind of the obvious one, whereas you're going for a style now, which is like, it's a style that's a little bit more mature, you know what I mean? It's kind of probably maybe a slightly age appropriate hairstyle for you as well, you know?
Fair enough.
So I'm going to start by putting in a horseshoe section for this one, because we're going to start by cutting the back and sides in first, and then we'll transition into the top after we've done that.
Not sat in a barber chair in so long.
I can imagine, mate.
I missed it, I missed it.
Well, do you know what? There is something about sitting in a barber chair which is so therapeutic, because I think it's something that you've grown up with, right? You know what I mean? It's something you've known from such a young age.
I used to fall asleep in the barber chair. It was so comfortable. Yeah, honestly.
But you were a good child client then, weren't you, mate?
Oh, mate.
I tell you. Do you know, I'm quite lucky because obviously my kids are used to haircuts, because obviously I cut the hair for them, but they've never had to sit and wait in a barber's, you know what I mean? They've never done what I had to do. Yeah. Going with the mates and getting the giggles and stuff like that, you know? We all did that.
Yeah.
2 finger width section coming from this line here. So we just leave the temple out of the way, coming through there. So almost to the start of the ear. And we cut in the length. So we want this to sit just sort of like on the medium length. So kind of just over the ear, probably halfway down the ear. So picking the length is just down to yourself, whatever you think works. And don't forget, we'll cut the perimeter in, which is like the hairline, once we've took the majority of the length off the back and sides. And then we'll put a little bit of texture in for them as well, so it becomes quite an easy hairstyle, low maintenance hairstyle. Put a bit of razor work in there for them as well, look nice. So did you wake up one morning and think, right, that's it, hair's coming off?
You know what, I've been dreading it for quite a while.
Okay.
But yeah.
I know you said when you got here, like, you know, you were looking forward to it, but you were a bit nervous about doing it as well, weren't you? It's understandable, man. Yeah.
I was, man, because I've had it for such a long time.
Of course, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. It's a real, you know, as a barber or as a hairstylist, I'm probably speaking for the majority of them. It's a real privilege to cut somebody's hair shorter, because we all know the sort of time and the effort and the patience that goes into growing your hair, and we all love hair. So we understand how you get attached to it. Like, you know, I think out of all the people you probably know, I'd say your barber or your hairdresser knows how much you love your hair. You know what I mean? Because we share the same passion, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So,
you know, my little sisters, they didn't want me to cut it.
Didn't they?
They didn't know. But yeah.
Well, it's a life lesson, you know. You can't always get what you want. That's what you got to say to her.
Yeah.
Or to them, should I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, my kids like me having a beard. No, I was talking about my beard before. My kids really like me having a beard. Yeah, my wife doesn't, but my kids do.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, I've let my eldest boy and my middle boy cut my beard off for me before.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
You know, I give my dad haircuts as well, so.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nice. So what haircuts do you give your dad?
Just buzz it all the time.
Do you buzz it? Yeah.
All the time, yeah.
That's cool. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
It's probably the feeling. You've got the feeling that us barbers and hairdressers get when we get asked to do haircuts at home.
Is it?
It's like, oh, do we have to? You start off being dead nice about it, and then after a while you're like, oh, do I really have to cut hair on Sundays when I'm off, or Mondays when I'm off? You know, I do love my job, but there's time and place, right? You know what I mean? There's time and place to cut it.
The funny thing is, I've not told any of my boys.
Haven't you?
I've told no one. Not even family, only my parents and my sisters.
I'll take this into the collar. I'm just cutting in the perimeter now, just to pick the length of the back, and then I'm going to work into the sides as well. The sides will be a touch shorter than the back, so it gives that what we say is a masculine shape. Right, let's add the razor into this now. You know, it's about the low maintenance elements. This is what this will help with, okay? So by cutting into the sides, and we're also just adding a bit of movement in there. So the shorter hair will allow the longer hair either side to move about a little bit. So it basically thins out. So all these little bits here will flow around because they're almost separated a bit more now. More than it being like all like one length or cut in to the same shape. We're just adding what we call secondary shape. So this is a shape that we're creating now that will be shown off with water, will be shown off with product more. Will also allow you to do a few different things with it. I'm just going to cut into this little bit here. Tend to leave a bit more length just behind the ear because there's a big gap between the hairline and the ear. So we always tend to just leave that to fill it up a little bit. And then I'll just freehand it with the razor when we get there, like so. Now I'm just working into the side here. I'm just putting a bit more texture in. So back into the razor, doing something very similar to what we've just done on the sides. I'm just trying to give that little bit of movement coming from the longer length on top, down like this. So coming from sort of halfway to the end. Again, we're not looking for lift here. We're just looking to add a bit of movement, thin the hair out slightly as well. Make it easier for Saad to style it every morning. You know, again, we've got to always think, you know, coming here, Saad came in, I mean, hair down to the middle of his back. It literally was. So we've got to think of the maintenance levels that we're going to be doing now. So I always talk about autopilot. Everyone has this kind of like autopilot when it comes to styling. We've all got our way of running our hands through our hair. We've all got our way of applying product. That can take a bit getting used to when you've never done it before. So again, I want to try and help Saad style his hair well. So he does the hairstyle justice, my cut justice. He looks good, he feels good, he's got good self-esteem, which is all the things that a haircut can give you. And well, most importantly, I want him to feel good with a new haircut, most importantly. So if I can try and give him a haircut that is easy to style, even at a medium length, a little bit of advice on what products work well for him, but also how to apply the product, and let him discover his own autopilot, then that'll be really cool. So hopefully, this haircut's easy enough for him to do that, and it's easy enough for me to explain it to him as well, because that's the key.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. It's part of the job, mate. It's part of the job. Just gonna tidy up this little bit here, make it a little bit neater. Then you can have like a sort of a more natural finish for sure, but there's certain bits of the hair that I think can look a bit more messy than natural, and I think that's this little bit here. I feel like the sideburn can always look a little bit sort of untidy, so by just doing that, it gives a bit of a tidier finish. But then what we'll do, we'll tidy up the neck hair as well for him. As much as we're taking away all this unnecessary hair down here, we're still keeping all the hair that's actually in the hairline itself, the solid part of the hairline. And that's, as you can see now, falls over nicely. Tidying up through here, and the same again on the neck. Pull the hair out, there's the hairline. As you can see where the strongest bit of hair is, that's doing nothing down the bottom, so we may as well just taper that out the way, move the length, strengthen up the hairline a little bit more as well, so for the symmetry. And just remove the unnecessary hair that we don't need. All this is going to do is just make the style look a little bit messy as it grows out. So few little bits that I want to take off a little bit now. So maybe just here, go a bit higher up, but I'll use the razor for that. Gets a nice finish on it. Start a bit higher up to thin that out as well. Like so. So like you can see, it looks very natural. Right, so, moment of truth. I'm going to use a little bit of the Balmain Texturizing Salt Spray. I'm going to spray this into your hair. So your hair's damp, okay? So this would be like just towel dried, left it for a little bit, and then you come to style it. So you could always just use this if you want to. It's got a tiny bit of hold, but it gives a really nice finish. It gives you a little bit of kind of a dryness to a bit like what a salt spray does, like you've been down the beach. Now, you did say you're using a hairdryer, right? So, all I'm going to want you to do is just finger dry this, okay? Hairdryer, high heat, high speed, okay? And just do this. And just dry this back, like that. Grabbing it between your fingers and pulling it back, all right? Dead easy, mate. Right, so that's it dried off. Okay, so the salt spray in there, and then you can just let it fall.
Can I look up?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh mate, that is nice, man.
Nice, isn't it, man? When you see it from the side, you'll see the exact image from what you showed me off Pinterest. Okay, you'll see it looks pretty much exactly the same. So I'm going to bring that in its sort of natural part, and it wants to just sort of part there. Just go with it. Go with the natural part, and don't fight it. Now to style it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the Backstroke California Grooming Cream. What we do? Work it through the hair, and this will just keep it coming back. It will just add you a little bit more hold to keep your hair coming back, right? Okay. And then that's it. So if I take the gown off, I'll just open it up a little bit here. And you see where it sits now.
Nice, man. Yeah,
so it sits just on the collar.
Yeah.
At the very bottom.
Yeah.
And there's how it sits in the back. So you see that picture you showed me, it's pretty much the exact same.
Mate, that looks nice, man.
Yeah, man.
Can I just quickly?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
So if I was to sort of, wait, move a bit up. Yeah, that's nice, man. I like it. Yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Nice.
So it's sitting in just to your neckline. So yeah, looks good, man.
Nice.
Thank you. And then obviously we've got this. You can take that away with you.
Wow.
So that's it now. With gown off, that's how it sits on you. And I think that really suits you, mate.
Yeah?
Really, really suits you.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice. What would you call this haircut? What's it called?
I don't know. I don't think there's a name for it, really. I think it's just like a longer layered medium length. Maybe.
How frequently do you reckon I'd have to visit the barbers to sort of?
Well, it's a tough one because you've had long hair, so I think it all depends on how, I don't know, people who've generally had longer hair don't notice the hair growing that much because you're used to being long. So I don't know, you probably get 3 months out of this haircut maybe.
Serious?
I'd say so, yeah. I don't think you'll notice it growing as much as you would do if you'd went down to like that image you showed me of the skin fade, for example, obviously.
Yeah. I really like it. Man.
Like it, yeah?
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Saad. That was a real pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Mate, you don't understand how happy I am right now.